So, hey, I know it's been a while since you've seen my face on YouTube anyway, but today I just wanted to make a quick video well, not exactly a quick video since I have quite a few in my collection, but I wanted to go over my vinyl collection today. I just wanted to show you all the albums that I have in my collection currently, and I just wanted to talk about them and, how I got them and what where my collection is going to go from there. So I'm just excited to just do this quick little vinyl update right now. So the first record we will be talking about in my collection is Animal Collective, Strawberry Jam. As you can see right here, we have the track list on the back. I'm using my phone flashlight as a little light, so it's kind of hard to see, but track listing on the back, credits on the inside of the gatefold record, and yeah, this is pressed on standard black vinyl, so I'm not going to be showing you the actual record itself because it's black. You probably already know what it looks like, but yeah, this album is just, it's really good. It's very colorful. In my opinion, it's my personal favorite out of their discography, just because it's so bright, so wonderful. It can like devolve into pure insanity at some points. It's just such a wild ride of an album. A.V. Ter's vocals are they scratch my brain in all the right spots. Panda Bear's great as well, but there's A.V. Ter's vocals have a special place in my heart. So yeah, Strawberry Jam, Animal Collective. Should check this album out. The next album I want to talk about in my collection is none other than Hellfire from the UK rock band Black Midi. And as you can see, it's right here, still pressed on standard black vinyl, so I'm not going to be showing you the record because you already know what it looks like, but track list, lyrics and credits, as you can see down here, and yeah, amazing album, crazy production. It's just lush all over. The album sounds exactly what the cover looks like, so it's wild. If you've never heard this album before, I strongly recommend it if you're into like jazz rock and avant prog and just super crazy, loud and theatrical rock music. This you don't want to miss out on this album. You're gonna love it if you're into that kind of stuff. So yeah, Hellfire, Black Midi. Yeah. The third record I'm going to be talking about is an EP that came out in 2018 by a Japanese producer and singer-songwriter named Hakushi Hasegawa. And here it is right here. Look at it. Here we have, and this record's pressed on teal vinyl, so of course you have. I'm gonna be showing it to you, but yeah, as you can see, the cover is crazy. I love the cover. I love all the artwork in this. So, yeah. All songs, vocals recorded by Hakushi Hasegawa. Yeah, a bunch of, yeah, I'm just gonna show you it because, there we go. Teal vinyl, see-through. Looks really nice. Now I'm gonna talk about the actual EP itself because it's all over the place. Every track on this album just makes me feel like I'm doing like calculus in my head 24/7. It's very precise but wild at the same time. It's like very like it sounds, the instruments sound both acoustic and from the computer at the same time, and especially Hakushi Hasegawa's vocals, they're crazy. They do like these crazy like really wild vocal inflections on each song, like on the song Doku. Their voice is like, oh, my cat's coming up to say hi. Hi, Rocket. You wanna listen to this album? Wanna talk about this album right here? Yeah. That was you didn't see my cat Rocket. She's very cute, but yeah. Hakushi Hasegawa. Check this out. Check this EP out if you're interested. All right, now it's time for some Prince and the new Power Generation Diamonds and Pearls. This is the special edition clear vinyl. And as you can see, we have Prince over here. It's a very different cover from the version on streaming. And yeah, I got this for Christmas. My dad gave it to me on Christmas because he knew that I was getting into Prince recently. And yeah, I recently listened to a couple tracks off this album. Sounds great. It's like compared to Purple Rain, which is another record I have in my collection that I'm going to talk about later. This album is a lot more energetic. It's a non-stop dance party. So of course, you know, most Prince fans are going to enjoy that because it's constant popping. What's strange about this vinyl record in particular is that for one, it's pressed on clear vinyl, and two, it's a double LP, but it's not in a gatefold sleeve. So here we have the first record, and here we have the second record. They both slip into a single jacket and not gatefold, which is kind of unusual for me. I'm gonna try to pull out these records as best as possible because I haven't listened to these much, so the friction is very high. So here we go. Look at that, clear vinyl. Completely transparent. Looks really cool, especially with the light. So yeah. This next record's from a band you might have heard of or you might not have heard of. Here we have the Surfrajettes, Easy as Pie. I hope I'm pronouncing the band name correctly. But yeah, so this album in particular, I recently heard it after I got this record, and it's just smooth instrumental surf rock that takes inspiration from the 50s clearly, and it's just really chill time all around. If you're into like 50s instrumental surf rock music, you should definitely check these people out because it's a very good album. And the story behind how I got this record is also it's not actually very interesting. My dad, he was driving home one day from this one show that he went to, and this band actually played at the venue. I think they opened for this other band that my dad didn't tell me about. But yeah, he went to the merch table and bought this album for me. It was and he said they were very nice, and yeah, this very cool record. This album is on colored vinyl, so of course I'm going to show you that right now. Here we go. Opening the protective sleeve and pulling out the record. Look at that. It's nice. It's like a really transparent green with a couple splatters. You can't really see the splatters all that well. Let me show you. Yeah. It's a very pretty looking record in terms of aesthetics. And I also got this card that came with the album. As you can see, it's very 50s diner inspired. I think it's very cool. And yeah, that's Surfrajettes, Easy as Pie. Wonderful album. All right, now we have Boris, Amplifier Worship, one of my personal favorite doom metal albums, right next to Earth 2 and Dope Smoker. I don't have either of those on vinyl yet, but I do plan on getting those soon. But right now we have Amplifier Worship. Now, as you can see, the cover of this vinyl record is very different from the one on the CD and from the one on streaming. This is because this is the limited edition green swirl vinyl, so it has a different color and a different, of course, illustration on the cover. It looks very cool. I saw that it was limited edition, and I also love Amplifier Worship and Boris, so I was like, oh my god, I need to buy this. It was an impulse buy, is what I'm saying. I got it immediately after I got out of school, and I went to Twist and Shout, and I was walking down the metal section of the store, and I saw this, and I was like, yeah, I need this. So, of course, the vinyl's colored, so I'm going to be showing you it. Oh, I haven't even shown you the full cover. Yeah, it opens like this. Yeah. Very cool rendition of the porcelain frog on the original cover. Track listing right there. Yeah, very cool. Now it's time to show you the actual record itself. Protective sleeve. Look at that. It has a similar coloration to the Surfrajettes album. As you can see, it's very cool. The design in the middle, I also find really awesome. And yeah, Boris, Amplifier Worship. Check this album out if you're into doom metal. Well, you're probably already familiar with it if you're into doom metal. But anyway, still check this album out. Listen to it again if you haven't heard it in a while. Yeah. The next album I have in my collection is from the legendary 2010s pop punk artist, the one and only Jeff Rosenstock. No Dream. Wonderful, punky, energetic album. It's probably his most loud and just fast album. Like it's just constant energy coming and coming and coming. Like it doesn't stop at all. Hell Mode is my personal favorite of his. I was originally gonna get that on vinyl instead of this, but they didn't have it at the store I was going to, so I just bought this instead because I love this album as well. It's probably my third favorite of his. And I'm gonna mention Jeff Rosenstock. He has no bad albums. All of his albums are absolutely amazing. They're all on the same level. It's like pizza to me, because unless it's like really bad pizza, it's either good or just crazy. So yeah, No Dream, Jeff Rosenstock, on colored vinyl, in fact. So of course I'm going to show you that right now. We have the track listing. Wait, no, this is the. Well, yeah, this is the track listing and the credits. Continuation of the track listing. And Jeff Rosenstock also brought a bunch of talented musicians to help him out on this. He brings a bunch of talented musicians to help out with him on all of his albums, but this one specifically, he forms a lot more of a cohesive band. And of course we have the magenta record right here. It's actually two different colors on two different sides, so we have the more magenta over here, and we have purple on the back side. You can't really see the difference all that well with the light, but yeah, wonderful album. Definitely check it out if you're into pop punk, or if you're into punk adjacent genres in general. You should definitely check this out, because Jeff Rosenstock, he takes pop punk back to its roots and makes it very a lot more enjoyable. So yeah, that's all she wrote. No Dream, Jeff Rosenstock. Check this out. And bam, Magdalene by FK Twigs. Super talented, UK singer-songwriter, sometimes producer. Yeah, this album is my second favorite FK Twigs album, right behind EUSEXUA, which is another record I have in my collection. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about this record, which is very somber compared to her past releases. Now, her past releases like LP1 and her two EPs, they were slow, they were very steady, but they still had a sense of kind of weird production choices. This is a lot more somber in terms of its themes. It deals a lot with depression and unrealistic societal expectations, because at the time I believe she ended her relationship with Robert Pattinson, and a bunch of hateful people were hoping that would happen. A bunch of people were harassing her and calling her ugly, and this album is very much a reflection of her feelings at the time, so it's very powerful. My favorite FK Twigs song, Mary Magdalene, lands on this record, and it's beautiful. Cellophane is also a great closer. It ends the album on kind of a sour note, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. Of course, we have the illustrations, the beautiful. My phone flashlight's in the way, so you can't. The beautiful illustrations, of course, on the back, the cover, and the gatefold illustration is also beautiful as well. yeah, all around beautiful album, beautiful art direction, and I honestly hope she continues making music like this for the for however long, because I I really appreciate her work. Again, we have the credit list, lyrics and track list, and also shout out to Matthew Stone for the artwork of this beautiful record. It honestly wouldn't sound the same without this beautiful imagery surrounding it. So yeah, great album. Love FK Twigs, and yeah. Now it's time for a record from one of my favorite punk acts right now, Otoboke Beaver. We have Super Champon. This is an album that I wasn't expecting to get on vinyl, but I bought it anyway. So I actually have a huge story behind the how I got this album and how I fell in love with Otoboke Beaver in general. So I first became aware of them after I discovered their first album, Ike Toma Hits, on the Needle Drops channel. I saw that the review was positive, so I went over to the album. I listened to it all the way through, and I loved the energy of the album. It's just nonstop, just. But they do it in a way that's just very like poppy. Like it takes a lot of their music takes inspiration from pop and just punkifies it. Like they take the energy of just like pop music and punk music in general, and they just like amplify it by 10. How I would describe their music is aggressive cheerleader punk. That's what their music sounds like. So I wanted Ike Toma Hits on vinyl originally, but I looked on Turntable Lab, which is how I get my vinyl records online. I've used it a couple times. I trust it a lot. I saw that both versions of Ike Toma Hits were sold out. Super Champon was sold out as well. So I was like, oh man. So I went to their Bandcamp, also looking for vinyl. It was sold out there as well. So I did something that no vinyl collector should ever do, ever. I went on Merch Bar, and I bought the album there. And so I began waiting. It was in processing stage for like 2 weeks, and I just kept waiting and waiting. And I was like, when is this album gonna come? And it ended up never coming. It was like 3 weeks. It was still in the processing stage. I tried to like reach out to them a couple times and like, we're doing our best, and I was like, oh, that's bullshit. And I canceled the order, and I was very sad that I was never gonna get my hands on Ike Toma Hits. So fast forward like a month, my friend Gabe comes over to hang out. We walk over to Twist and Shout because we wanted to get some sunshine and we wanted to buy some records. Twist and Shout didn't have what we wanted at the time, so we left. We went to Wax Tracks to see our different options. I browsed around. I went to the Asian section, and I went to the Japanese section, and lo and behold, I found this. It's not Ike Toma Hits. I still love this record all the same, and I was like, oh my god, finally, an Otoboke Beaver record, I can finally. So I took it to the counter. I bought it. My friend Gabe bought a Bob Dylan record, and yeah, we went home. I was happy as hell. Immediately put it on the turntable and just jammed out with it. Now this record, off the bat, you can already tell that this is gonna be a fun time, like based off the art direction alone. And the actual like vinyl itself is on Purple Starburst, so I'm gonna be showing you it. Here we go. Look at that. This is Pink Starburst. The other side of the record is purple. Yeah, beautiful looking record. Insane, awesome sounding album. If cartoon dust clouds when two characters get into a fight were a band, it'd sound like this. The literal personification of a cartoon dust cloud. All right, now we are going to be talking about the legendary band, the Flaming Lips, the Soft Bulletin. This is the most expensive record I have in my collection. It was like $70, including tax, when I bought it at Twist and Shout, but I just couldn't pass up this offer. I love the Flaming Lips. My parents played them for me ever since I was young, and I love the electronic sounds of their music, how lush it sounds. I love the production of this album in specific. It's very crunchy, but also blissful at the same time. You should listen. If you haven't heard the album, you should definitely listen to it all the way through for the first time. It's beautiful. One of my favorite albums by them. Actually, my favorite album by them, right behind Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots and American Head. Actually, no. Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots is my second favorite Flaming Lips album. American Head is my third favorite. This is my first favorite. As you can see, this is the limited edition Zoetrope 25th anniversary edition of the album. It's very beautiful. I have to be very delicate with it because, yeah. What's cool is that the vinyl casing is completely clear, so I don't even have to take it out of the protective case to show you. Here we have the other record. Both beautiful. Absolutely immaculate album. Definitely check it out if you haven't heard it already. Oh, and if you were wondering what that banging sound was when I was talking about the album, the second disc of the record slid off my lap and fell onto the floor. I'm lucky it was in his protective case, and it's 180 grams, so I don't think there's any damage. Y'all know what this is. BRAT, Charli XCX. Now, obviously, there's a huge difference between this version and the digital version, most notably being that the color is red. That's because I bought the special red picture disc edition off of Charli's official store. There was, I think, only I want to say 5,000 of these were made, and once I saw that these were limited edition, 5,000 only ever made, I immediately bought it for like $40. And yeah, I do have a story with this. It's mostly a story of waiting. So I bought this using Shop, and I waited for like 2 weeks for it, and I was like, when is this gonna freaking arrive? But unlike Merch Bar, this actually arrived. It came, and yeah, it actually updated me about its condition every couple of about the order condition every couple of days, and I'm really happy that it came. One thing I am sad about, though, is it has dings. Of course, you have scratches on the cover, and there's this little like rip right here. You can see it right there, and I'm very disappointed about that. Also, the record itself, a couple tracks skip, so I don't know if there was like a miscommunication at the warehouse, or maybe the USPS truck just got like roughed up, or the roads were bumpy. But I'm kind of sad that I got a version of this special edition version of BRAT that's a little beat up. But nonetheless, I'm happy that it came in the first place. I'm happy that I'm a proud owner of this red version of the album. Now it's time to show you the contents. Here we have the codec sheet, which also serves as the track list and credit sheet. A lot of the tracks were produced by A.G. Cook. Some of them were produced by her fiance, and some of them were produced by her herself. So yeah, I didn't actually know that Gustaffelstein had a credit on this until I looked at this codex sheet. He produced I Might Say Something Stupid, so that's nice. That's something nice to discover. Of course, we have this lovely photo of Charli herself. And now it's time to show you the lyric booklet, which I was also pretty excited for. Yep. As you can see, red, just like the rest of the album. Like, the way it organizes the lyrics is really aesthetically pleasing. It does it in like this weird kind of like creative way. I always try to be super careful with it every time I open the lyric booklet because, you know, it's a special album. Here we have a photo of Charli right in the middle of the lyric booklet. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I know you want to see the actual picture disc itself, so I'm not gonna keep you waiting on that. So let's just put this lyric booklet over here and pull out the actual record itself. And as you can see on the protective casing, the sides are ripped a little bit. I'm very disappointed about that. I don't know if there's a miscommunication about things. But, yeah, here we have the picture disc. It looks very cool. Very nice. Very BRAT-ish. It's Charli XCX BRAT Special Red Picture Disc Edition. Check this album out if you're into pop. This is the second metal record I have in my collection. Blood Incantation, Absolute Elsewhere, from Blood Incantation, obviously. I don't know why I repeat myself so much. I just get so excited when talking about music. I just trip over my words all the time. But 2 songs, The Message and Stargate. Beautiful artwork. Beautiful art direction in general. And I never actually noticed this, but there's this little like crest at the bottom that says the Stargate Research Center, and it's located here in Denver, Colorado. That probably relates to the themes of the album, because this is a sci-fi themed record, and the band's from Denver, which I'm very proud of. I'm like, Blood Incantation is actually from my city, so yeah, it's cool. Saw this album at Wax Tracks. I walked all the way there from Twist and Shout and my school, which is right across the street from Twist and Shout. And yeah, my dad was picking me up, and I was like, yeah, I need this album, because it's the special gold edition vinyl, which I am going to show you right now. If we open this up, we can see this beautiful artwork right here. Wonderful artwork. Now it's time to show you the actual record itself. Check the casing. Just nice and gentle when I pull it out. Oh, boom. Gold vinyl. Really cool. Really nice. Yeah. This is limited edition as well. So just wanted to put that out there, because I see a limited edition. I see limited edition, and my brain just goes into monkey mode. Here we have a poster of the 4 band members, the track listing and credits list, and yeah, fun fact. I was at Twist and Shout one time, and the lead singer and rhythm guitarist of Blood Incantation walked in, and I was so nervous. I wanted to say hi, but I didn't want to bother him, since he looked like he was talking to friends. So, yeah, that's something. Yeah. Nirvana, self-titled Greatest Hits album. I got this for my birthday when my parents gave me that record player. You probably can't see it behind you. I don't want to move anything, but it's like that little box. It's a Victorola record player, so it's meant to be portable. I plan to get like a real stationary record player soon, so I can play them in higher quality sound and higher quality audio. But here we have Nirvana, self-titled Greatest Hits album. My parents got this for my birthday. I stutter so much when I'm just excited about talking, because I can't find the right words for anything. The protective casing for this record is clear, so I can just show you it right now. Smoky gray vinyl. Looks awesome. Very Nirvana, very grunge. And we also have this little tiny credit list, track list, story. And yeah, looks great. It has of course it's a Greatest Hits album, so it doesn't go without Come As You Are and Smells Like Teen Spirit. I think also the man who sold the world is on here, because we have the track list on the back. Yeah, I mean, if you just want to jam out to Nirvana for 30 minutes, this is the album for you. I recommend listening to their actual albums front to back, but yeah. Here we have an oldie. Now, I'm not talking about the album itself, but I'm talking about the record itself, the condition of the record, and where I got it from. As you can see, I got this from a flea market. I still have the $20 sticker on it. I don't want to necessarily peel it off because I feel like it adds to the story of this album and the record itself, because it's very old. I bought it from a flea market down in 5 Points in the city of Denver, so right here, and the flea market was run by my mom's friend, so they had I think he had jerseys displayed and like different old clothes. What he also had was records. I got this for, of course, it was $20, as you can see right here, and I love Purple Rain, so I thought it was an instant buy. Of course, it's black vinyl, so I'm not gonna show you the record, but here we have the protective casing. Beautiful design, and opposed to Diamonds and Pearls, which I showed you earlier, this album is technically a soundtrack, so it has a lot of dramatic and cinematic moments paired with some great pop tunes with some rock influence inspired in there. But yeah, there's some moments of this album where it gets a little corny and you roll your eyes like, oh man, but like, in my opinion, I feel like that's what makes Prince's music so unique, because it can get very corny at times, but that's part of the appeal, It's what makes his music so great and so just smooth and groovy. So yeah, Purple Rain. You probably heard this album. If you haven't heard of this album, what the hell are you doing? Listen to this. It's a classic. Come on. Huh? Would you look at this? We have another punk record. Soul Glow, Diaspora Problems, great band, very energetic, but not in the same. It's not energetic in the same way as Otoboke Beaver, where they play like very poppy tunes, very intense and very fast, with just like. But good. This is energetic in a different way because it combines different aspects of hardcore punk with rap punk and hip hop as well. So, as you can see right here, track listing, side A, side B, cover, absolutely reflects the themes of the album. Pulling out the record itself, we have the protective case, the credits list as well, the track listing and the lyrics. And this, I got this from Turntable Lab, so it's Turntable Lab exclusive colored vinyl. So here you go with the record. Look at this. Yeah, beautiful looking record. Crazy sounding album, especially on tracks like Driponomics, which are more hip hop oriented, with this like very like drilling electronic beat, just punching through the track like a wrecking ball. And then there's Pierce Jordan's vocals, which are very like nasally and loud and just all over the place. Like his vocals are just, it's what makes Soul Glow. If it weren't for his vocals, then I don't think I would have enjoyed the band the same, because his vocals are just absolutely crazy. They can be both punkish, they can be very, hip hop oriented, like I said, and he's super versatile in his own way. And the guitarist and bassist Gigi Guerra is also very versatile, and then there's also the drummer TJ Miller. His beats are just energetic and great punk album. Listen to it if you haven't. Like, if you're into punk, if you're into hip hop, if you're into both at the same time, even if you aren't into those things, I definitely recommend you should check out this album. Even if you don't end up liking it, you'll enjoy it. Hopefully you get a lot out of it in the same way I did. Of course, my favorite song on here is Spiritual Level of Gang Shit. It combines both the strengths of hip hop and punk in the same song, and it's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about this album and move on to the next one. Second FKA Twigs album, EUSEXUA. My favorite of hers so far, mostly because of its sound, its stark sound. There's tracks like Girl Feels Good, which definitely call back to Massive Attack and Trip Hop. So yeah, I love Trip Hop, by the way. I plan on getting a Massive Attack album soon on vinyl soon. But this was on clear vinyl. It actually came with a poster which I hung up in my room. I'm not going to show you it today because I don't want to move everything. I have my perfect little setup right now. But yeah, it was in this compartment. Oh, there's a lot more in here. I never noticed. Oh, yeah. Cool. You have this really long lyric booklet and track list, which is awesome. The record itself is on clear vinyl. Oh, I never even noticed the sticker. Like, come on. The poster was the biggest thing in there, so that was like the first thing I took out. I never even noticed this cool ass sticker in here and this lyric booklet. So yeah, I can't believe my my vinyl record review video it has aspects of things I didn't initially notice, but the record itself is clear, so I'm going to be showing you it. It's not that different from the Prince album, the Diamonds and Tears. So here we go. Clear. You can actually see a bit of a marble effect on the record, which the Prince album doesn't have. It's kind of, again, it's hard to see with the light, but I'm trying my best to show you. You can kind of faintly see it. I can faintly see it as well up here. So yeah, my favorite FK Twigs album on here for like multiple reasons. It's dark and very gloomy production, but it's not necessarily it's not like, this album is definitely darker compared to her previous album or mixtape, Capra Songs. This is like, it's very like again, I said it was more akin to like stuff from Massive Attack, and I love Massive Attack. I love the dark sounds of trip hop, which she uses on this album. It's also, you can see it all listed out here. That doesn't mean the album is exempt from like energetic or more poppy moments, like the song Childlike Things, which features Kanye West's daughter Northwest doing some like Japanese rap in the middle of it. It's a little corny. I feel like the song would be better without it, but yeah, I love the beat. I love the production. All around, great album. You should listen to it if you haven't. Yeah, FK Twigs. Huh? What's this? Could it be Run the Jewels self-titled album? Their third one, Run the Jewels 3, Killer Mike, and LP. Their 2016 album. I love this album, okay? Like, I love hardcore hip-hop in general, but this album sticks out to me, along with a lot of stuff from Death Grips. But, yeah. I plan to get the full Run the Jewels set on album, on vinyl, so that includes Run the Jewels 1, Run the Jewels 2, Run the Jewels 3, which I already have, and Run the Jewels 4. I plan to make a whole collection out of it, and yeah, so I mean, I don't think I could say much about Run the Jewels more than you've probably already heard about, or yeah, but it features rapper and producer LP and rapper Killer Mike, and their dynamic on each of the songs is just amazing. They constantly bounce off of each other in such a bombastic way that really makes you feel the energy of the beats that LP produces. As you can see, we have the credit list, and this probably might be the most unique credit list I've seen, just because of the language that it uses. But yeah, track listing, beautiful art direction. I love the chain and gun motif. And if you don't know anything about Run the Jewels, this is their logo. And in the previous two albums, Run the Jewels 1 and Run the Jewels 2, the fist was holding a chain, but in Run the Jewels 3, it changed completely. So now the hands themselves are gold, and it's more like, I think LP said in an interview that the hands themselves have become the chain. So yeah, that's very cool. This album is pressed on gold vinyl. I got it from Turntable Lab. A couple tracks on the first disc skip, which I'm a little disappointed about, but it's not like the biggest problem. Here we have the record. Pulling it out, gold LP. Looks just like my Blood Incantation record. And yeah, Killer Mike LP, Run the Jewels 3. Another metal album in my collection. We have the iconic Sunbather by Deafheaven. I love their new album as well. Recently came out, Lonely People with Power. I plan to get that on vinyl as well. But right now we're going to be talking about Sunbather. Track listing, beautiful pink album cover, and from what I heard, this is supposed to be the color of the inside of your eyelids when you look at the sun, which is a really nice detail. I feel like the sounds on the album really reflect that. If you've heard the album itself, it takes a lot of inspiration from black metal and post-rock and shoegaze, and this is where they're one of the founding kind of, I don't want to say they did found it themselves, but a lot of bands like Deafheaven around this time, the album came out in 2013, they kind of ended up pioneering this new genre called black gaze, and again, not a lot of bands afterwards kind of adapted it, like not a lot of, bands really played into black gaze itself, but I feel like Deafheaven created it, and I feel like Deafheaven they didn't coin the term, they kind of, people labeled this album as that, and they just took it and ran with it. They could have easily made, like, more albums like Sunbather, but they decided to branch out with albums like New Bermuda and Infinite Granite, which, again, it's not, like, I'm not a huge fan of Infinite Granite. Like, it's, they tried to, like, tone down the amount of intenseness and just, like, make, like, a spacey indie rock album, and I don't think it works out because the vocalist is super talented. Like, the things he does with his voice is crazy, and I feel like his potential was kind of wasted on that album. I'm glad the band went back to their metal roots on their most recent album, but yeah, here we go. Beautiful artwork. This is the 10th anniversary edition on colored vinyl, so of course we have the beautiful cover, the track listing of the first disc, pictures of the band. Now it's time to show you the record itself. Gold and yellow is the color of the first disc. Putting that back in because there's two discs. It's a double LP. Just got to slide that in there. A beautiful poem. And then we have on the second disc, we have the story of the album itself, which is really cool. You have the 10th anniversary edition of the album. You know that the story is very heartfelt, and it's really good. I'm not gonna just stand here in front of the camera and just show you the story. The camera's probably mirrored anyway. It is mirrored, so you probably won't even be able to read it. But yeah, if you want to look up the story to how this album came to be, it's very good. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful testament to how one can overcome their struggles, and yeah, beautiful poetry, beautiful lyricism, beautiful guitar playing. The guitars are shimmery. The bass is audible. Like that's one of the things I always craved in metal. Like, I love metal music in general, but sometimes the bass can just get flushed out completely, and I really appreciate it when the bass is audible in metal music. So again, like Imperial Triumphant's most recent album, Gold Star, that album has audible bass, and it's just nice and I'm going off track. Sorry, I should be talking about this album, but I pretty much said all there is to say about this album. I mean, you just have to listen to it for yourself, because it truly is one of the most gorgeous metal albums you'll find. It's very inspiring, and it's all around great. Listen to this, Deafheaven, Sunbather. Remember that name. Next album, I genuinely consider to be perfect. Like I'm being for real. Like, I don't call a lot of albums perfect because, there's always going to be some flaws, but yeah, this album right here that I'm holding is perfect. It's Lift Your Skinny Fists to Heaven by the one and only legendary Canadian post-rock band Godspeed You, Black Emperor. Here, the back cover. Art is beautiful. And of course, we have the chart listing out the different movements in each song, because the album has 4 tracks, each track having many different movements. This funny thing about this chart labeling all the different movements in the song, it's not really accurate, like, at all. Like, there's a couple time points missed. I don't know if that was on purpose or if, you know, the members of the band were just like, it's whatever, we're just gonna put this on here, or maybe like that part was neglected, but yeah, it's I mean, it doesn't affect the sound of the album. It's just something I was pointing out. Of course, the album is on black vinyl, so I don't really think I should show you the actual album, because you know what black vinyl looks like. I mean, if you're here, you probably know what it looks like. But here we have some art. More art reflecting the themes of the album. And we have the same thing for the second record. The second disc that I'm going to pull out. Just slide that in. There we go. Come on. Sorry about that. Here we have more art reflecting themes of the album, as well as this back here. Yeah, one of my favorite things about the album is this art right here. This art is beautiful. I feel like it really elevates the sound of the album if you're listening to it physically on vinyl. And again, I'm not gonna like dive super deep into like each musical movement or like each song on the album. You just have to listen to it by yourself all the way through, because no joke, this album made me cry for the first time when I listened to it all the way through. It's just it's that beautiful. I feel like it's more of something you should experience yourself instead of just listening to me talking about it for like what, like 5 minutes. I could like write a whole essay on this album. I really can. I could write like a maybe 2,000 word essay on just this album alone. It's really just it's beautiful, but I don't want to waste your guys' time, so I'm gonna move on to the next album. We're almost done, I swear. I'm not gonna keep you here forever. But next album I'm gonna be talking about is Justice's Cross, their debut album from 2007. This was actually fun fact. This was the first record I ever got. I bought it with my own money. It was $35. I went to Twist and Shout for the first time with my dad and my little brother. I saw this album, it stood out to me, and I was really into Justice at that time. I still love Justice's music, but I don't listen to them as much because I have all that other stuff. But yeah, I return to this album every now and then. Honestly, great album, hard production, like ahead of its time as well, especially for the late 2000s. It was also produced on GarageBand. If you didn't know that, I know people like to point that out all the time when they talk about this album, but it was produced on GarageBand. Very cool. Yeah, very amazing album, very intense. And one thing I am disappointed about with myself with this album is I bought it when I was 13. I'm 17 now for reference, but I bought this album when I was 13, so I obviously didn't know the proper etiquette of taking care of a record. So there's scratches on the front. There's signs of wear on the back. I'm pretty sure you can see it when the light shines on it. And the reason why it looks like this is because I of course didn't know how to properly take care of a record, and I didn't know where to store it at the time. So I placed it on like a little like shelf of mine, and I just let it sit there for like a couple months. The record itself still sounds great, okay? Still plays great all the way through. No skipping on any of the tracks. Audio quality is pristine, but the record, the actual condition of the protective case is a little battered. Oh, obviously I haven't shown you the artwork inside, so yeah, pretty cool. Cross Spaceship. So yeah, Justice Cross. Check it out. Alright, this is the penultimate album I'm going to be showing you. We're almost done, okay? We're almost done. I'm not going to kidnap you and keep you here forever, even though I'd very much like to, but never mind what I just said. But here we have Tyler, the Creator's EUSEXUA. Boom. Look at that, right there. This is the third album I ever got in my collection. Funny story behind this album. Again, it involves my friend Gabe. He came over and his grandpa was here. He drove us all the way to, not all the way, Twist and Shout's very close to my house. So we went to Twist and Shout. We looked around for a couple minutes. I didn't know what to buy, so I saw Igor by Tyler, the Creator, which I believe is his best album. I love this album, so I was just like, oh, you know, why not? Why don't I just buy it? So bought it. Came home, listened to it. I actually forgot my backpack in his grandpa's car, so I had to go back, run out, and get it. But yeah, came home, listened to this album. Sounds great. There's a couple of skipping on the first track, but it's not the biggest deal to me. This is like the third record I obtained in my collection. I was 15 when I bought this, so again I didn't know as much as I know now about vinyl record care, but I still kept it great in great condition. Like the actual protective casing of the album is again has no dings, so you know, positive on that front. Again, it's a gatefold sleeve, a single. I'm not the biggest fan of single LPs with gatefold sleeves, but here we have the credit list and track list and a picture of Tyler himself. Again, this is black vinyl. Again, you're not missing anything by me not showing you the record. So yeah, Tyler's best album, Igor. I love Chromacopia is great as well, and Flower Boy is great as well, but this is beautiful album. You listen to it. One of the best breakup albums of the 2010s. All right, guys, we made it. Final album in this list, in this vinyl update so far, is Animal Collective, Merriweather, Post Pavillion, their 2009 breakout album. Again, second Animal Collective album I have in my collection over there. This is my second favorite album. It's my third favorite album. One is Strawberry Jam, second is Feels, third is this. And of course, we feature Panda Bear on vocals most of the time. AV Tear's in the background. He does more backing vocals on this. But I would say Panda Bear's vocals fit a lot better with the sounds and themes of this album, because most of this album was written by Panda Bear, so it's technically more of a Panda Bear album than, you know, an album. It's still very much contains the essence of Animal Collective, especially considering that, you know, this was recorded with both Geologist and AV Tear. Again, while I do feel like the earlier Animal Collective albums, all the way up until like Strawberry Jam, were mostly led by AV Tear, so it feels nice to have another member of Animal Collective come out and, you know, like take the reins and, you know, produce a great album like this. This is just the standard black vinyl version, which I actually have like something I wanted to tell you. So I bought this album because I loved it. I wanted to, you know, take it home with me. But a couple months later, Animal Collective ended up announcing their 15th anniversary special edition colored vinyl version with a holographic cover. And I was like, oh man, I should have waited for a couple more months until I bought it. So yeah, I'm not mad I have this version of the album, but I would have much preferred the colored vinyl holographic cover 15th anniversary version over this. Not that it makes a huge difference. I'm still grateful I have this, but yeah, that's it. That's the video. So I'm happy to show you that I'm happy to show you my my entire collection. I hope you didn't mind my stuttering and me tripping over my words all the time. So yeah, I hope you stuck around, and hope you have a great day, and until next time, guys, see ya.